The Indian Navy, a potent, combat-ready, credible, cohesive and future-proof blue water force with state-of-the-art platforms that have the capability to play a decisive role in providing an efficient and effective response across the entire spectrum of challenges. Its strongest asset remains the men and women in white, serving the nation with professionalism, commitment and steadfast devotion. Today we are going to tell you about the unyielding spirit and indomitable courage of such brave naval warriors. A story that has motivated generations of naval personnel. 9th December 1971. The violent sounds of war rumbled as a gripping battle ensued between India and Pakistan. The anti-submarine frigate Indian naval ship Khukri was deployed 45 nautical miles off the coast of Diu. In the heat of war, she went down after being struck by a torpedo. 18 officers and 176 sailors laid down their lives in the line of duty. Displaying exemplary courage and great leadership, the commanding officer, Captain Mahendranath Malla, Mahavir Chakra, leading his men, went down with the ship fighting till the very end. Honoring an age-old tradition, captains never abandon their ships. To commemorate the gallant officers and sailors who attained martyrdom in this saga, the Diu administration, in association with Indian Navy, built a memorial at the Union Territory of Diu. The memorial is an ode to our men of valor, located at the apex of the small hillock facing the Arabian Sea. A full-scale model of the first Indian naval ship Khukri is displayed proudly with its pennant number Foxtrot 149. The drive to the Khukri Memorial is breathtaking. The creatively curated terraced landscaping serves as a memorial garden in which every martyr officer and sailor has a tree named after him. A regal amphitheater and a fully equipped experiential center form part of the grand memorial. The landscaped architecture is well enmeshed with the overall design, providing every visitor an immersive and evocative environment that enhances the emotive and visual experience. In the Navy, ships never die. They are only reincarnated. Keeping the legacy alive, the next avatar of Khukri was the first indigenously built missile corvette with its pennant number Papa 49. The ship was commissioned on 23rd August 1989. Like all the other ships in the Navy, INS Khukri has undertaken a wide spectrum of naval taskings. It was amongst the few warships to have served on the eastern and western commands of the Indian Navy. 2 unit citations were conferred to the ship in recognition of her exemplary service and achievements, an honor given to the rarest few. After more than 32 years of stellar service, Indian naval ship Khukri was decommissioned on 23rd December 2021. It was only befitting that the Navy decided to have Diu as the final resting place for Papa 49. In a glittering ceremony, the warship was handed over to the Diu administration as part of the overall endeavor to make a distinct addition to the Khukri Memorial. This avatar of Khukri has become a museum to inspire and motivate future generations. For the Indian Navy and its personnel, it is a proud feeling to see the warship preserved and immortalized in its true form. Come, let's take a tour of the first indigenously built missile corvette INS Khukri. The spirit resident in the ship derives part of it from the word Khukri, which is the weapon of the brave Gorkhas. In keeping with the traditions in the armed forces, Indian naval ship Khukri was affiliated with the Gorkha Regiment of the Indian Army as a symbol of camaraderie and jointmanship. As we make our way along the jetty towards the ship's gangway, you get a first close look at this magnificent warship. We are now on board Indian naval ship Khukri. Let us start the tour with the front part of the ship, or the forecastle. Here we are at the forepeak of the ship. As we turn back, pause for a moment and enjoy the magnificent visage of the ship. The ship's main gun AK-176 is a 76.2 mm caliber Soviet-era gun mounted in an enclosed turret. With an effective firing range of over 10 kilometers, the gun is capable of firing several rounds per minute at surface and air targets. As we move a little aft, on either side of the main gun are 4 surface-to-surface missile launchers. The P-20 and P-21 missiles are medium-range missiles that fly nearly at the speed of sound. To enable firing of the weapons, the ship has various radars and sensors like early detection radar, fire control radars for detecting and engaging enemy ships and aircraft at extended ranges. The ship also has a bridge master radar which enables safe navigation. The midsection of the ship is equipped with the AK-630 anti-aircraft gun capable of firing several thousand rounds per minute. The ship also has anti-missile countermeasures in the form of chaff launchers, bristling with weapons and sensors. Indian naval ship Khukri is indeed a formidable sight to behold. We have now arrived on the bridge. This is the nerve center of the ship from where everything is controlled while at sea. This is the quartermaster panel from where the steering is done. An operational bridge has a lot of equipment like the chart which has been preserved. And this is the captain's chair. One has to earn the right to sit on it, and only the best in the Navy get to do so. The first stop as we enter the inner section of the ship is a unique section, the Khukri Shrine, which has been made as a special tribute in memory of the legacy of the first Khukri. Let us take a further sneak peek in the ship's interiors. As we walk through the central alleyway of the ship, we can notice the spick and span condition in which ships are maintained at all times. Every item is at its designated place with crystal clear markings. This main deck level also houses the wardroom where the officers dine and spend the little leisure time they get. The ship's galley is the kitchen as we understand it. Food for all the 100+ personnel on board is prepared here. The men too have a dedicated dining hall where they eat food, and sailors' mess deck where they spend some time and relax when off duty. The heart of the ship is the engine room. The ship is powered by two 14,000+ horsepower diesel engines which enable the ship in attaining a maximum speed of 25 knots. Most naval ships operate helicopters, and we are now on to the helo deck, which is towards the rear part of the ship. The Khukri operated Chetak helicopters in various roles. The captain of the ship, also known as the old man of the ship, showed us the huge responsibility of running the ship. And this room serves as his office and also resting place during off-working hours. Well, that's all for now. We hope that this short vignette of one of Indian Navy's finest ships has broadened your perspective about what it means to be a Navy. It was a pleasure taking you around the warship, and we hope you will be able to tell the saga of Khukri to future generations. The ship will continue to inspire all with its deeply moving war cry. बल साहस जोश और दम, खुकरी नहीं किसी से कम। जय हिंद।